How many kids do you plan on having?
I do not plan on having more than 2,000. So I plan on having like maybe 10 kids.
10
10 kids.
kids? Wow. Okay. So you
Yeah.
gotta have a lot of money, right?
Yep.
Kids are expensive, Jalen.
Yeah, I know it could be expensive.
Okay, now are you gonna? I was gonna ask you if you're gonna live in a big or a small house with 10 kids.
I'm
How do
gonna
you?
live in a big house. Cause in order, if you wanna have a million kids, then you gotta live in a big house.
I don't know if your wife is gonna be okay with 10 kids, but we'll see.
Yeah, as long as she's pregnant 10 times, then we'll have 10 kids.
Let's get into what we are going to talk about today, and that's the power of dreaming. And this topic came to mind because I've always had a very vivid and active imagination. Not only when I was young, but to this day. So a lot of times you'll see me, right? Like you'll see me in the physical, but my mind be like somewhere completely different. And when I say different, really like in a future tense of myself, right? So I'm always thinking about what I'm gonna be doing and where I'm gonna be at, where I'm gonna be living, and my mind is more there than it is here half the time. And to illustrate this, something funny happened to me last week, right? So I was at the gym, and I go to Orange Theory. So we're on the treadmills, right? And I guess it's a whole thing. Y'all probably heard of it like Christmas in July. I hadn't really heard of it like that. So I think, should I say this? Um, my gym is predominantly the demographic is Caucasians. Okay. For us to be a gym that has so many Caucasian members, they play the most rap and trap music that I've ever seen. Like it's real crazy. And I enjoy rap music, right? But it gotta be from like the 2000s or 90s and back. Like I can't really do the rapper today. It's a lot. But anyway, they were and then too, okay, this is a tangent. I'm gonna push my button. This is a tangent. I don't know if y'all feel like that, but whenever I'm in a space with a lot of people from other ethnicities, I feel like I represent the black race, right? So I be thinking, like, are all of them thinking like, oh, this is the music Tanisha listens to? You know what I'm saying? They probably don't even be worried about me, but that's just what I be thinking. They be thinking, and I don't even be listening to that type of music. But anyway, back to the story. Um, so Christmas in July, so I'm on the treadmills, we're on the treadmills, and they start busting out with all of this Christmas music. And I really didn't know like what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's going on? Then the instructor, she normally has on gym clothes like us. She was like in a full gingerbread suit onesie. So I was confused, like what was happening. So then at some point she was like, you know what, y'all, the music, I'm trying to do this whole Christmas in July thing. I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, the music's kind of dragging though. Because you know, you want to have more upbeat music. And so one of the other instructors was like, don't worry about it, I got you. And next thing I know, they started playing Christmas trap music. And I was just like, I had never heard of that before. Like I never heard Christmas music with trap beats behind it. Like, but it was kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is kind of cool. I might have to get this playlist after class, right? And my sons are musical and one in particular. And I just started thinking about I could see him like kind of doing something like that. And I started thinking about us being again future tense, right? Um, they're grown or he's 18 or something, we're all sitting around Christmas and him like mixing and doing something like that. And then bam, next thing you know, I was on the ground, y'all. And that's what I'm saying. You be seeing me, but I be somewhere else. And then I had fell, y'all. I fell off the treadmill. I was so deep in thought. Like I was just like, yeah, boom. It only, you going fast on the treadmill, it only take like one little misstep and you out of there. Just getting my knees up real bad, burns, bleeding. It was a whole thing. embarrassing. But anyway, I use that to illustrate that I just be dreaming a lot, and I didn't realize that not a lot of people do that. So that's what this talk is going to be about today. So let me get into our mini thought. And me and my husband were listening to the Cat Williams interview that he did, the most recent one. I love listening to him, so profound. He speaks truth to power, and I love it. But one of the things he said, the preservation of your inner child is responsible for how long you live. And I thought, oh my goodness, it goes perfect with what I want to talk about today. So I had to steal that quote. And it's like when you are young, when you're a child, we all have these dreams of things we want to do, things we want to be, where we want to live. But something happens, the older you get, you just get that beat out of you, and by the time you're an adult, you just like, listen, I just need a job to make some money, pay these bills. You see what I'm saying? And so my hope is that by the end of this presentation, I would hope that you start to think about some of those things that you put up on the shelf and forgot about. The things you wanted to do, that idea you had, that business you wanted to start, that book you wanted to write, that group you wanted to start, like whatever it is, I'm just hoping that we can reignite your dreams. Okay. So that's the point of our talk and our presentation today. And to help me illustrate this, I have a very special guest. It's my son, it's my oldest son, Jalen. And again, like I said, when you're young, you have so many dreams and aspirations. Some of them are, may not be as realistic. But he's going to help me illustrate just how when you're young, you have all of these dreams. So he's 7. I couldn't trust him, right, to do this live with me. So we did pre-record it. And so I'm gonna play that here for you now. And then once that's done, I'll come back in and we'll finish our talk.
All right, y'all. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, my oldest son, Jalen. Y'all give it up for Jalen.
Yeah.
What's up, Jalen? How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I'm not feeling nervous. I'm 7 years
Okay.
old.
Okay. So you're 7 years old. Okay. Thank you for telling the people your age. I appreciate that. So I have some questions that I'm going to ask Jalen, and Jalen hasn't seen these questions. You haven't seen them, right, Jalen?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to answer these questions. You just answer for whatever comes up in your head. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, hold the mic up to your mouth a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be like maybe the president.
Oh wow, you want to be the president. Okay, why do you want to be the president?
Just cause like when I was like maybe 5, 4, and 3 years old, I was really like in the presidents of the United States and the United States of America.
Okay, who's your favorite president?
Like maybe Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, okay, you like Theodore Roosevelt. What president number was he?
He was the 26th president.
Okay, good. Why do you like him?
Just because he was like the youngest president and he has this little glasses that didn't have a string on it, just so that when it falls off, it doesn't like just fall down and crash.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you want to be the president. All right. Now, what state do you want to live in when you grow up?
Like I think I want to live in like a small state. I think I want to live in Delaware. It's really a small state.
Delaware. Jalen, you gonna
Yeah,
leave? You
so
gonna leave me? Okay. Okay, now are you gonna be married when you grow up?
well, yeah, I think I am. Because I really
Okay.
just want to have some kids. Like I'm a kid.
Okay, for your wife, how do you want your wife to be? Do you want her to be smart or pretty, or what do you want your wife to be like?
I think I want my wife to be like smart and pretty.
Smart and pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
How many kids do you plan on having?
I do not plan on having more than 2,000. So I plan on having like maybe 10 kids. 10
10
kids.
kids? Wow. Okay. So you
Yeah.
gotta have a lot of money, right?
Yep.
Kids are expensive, Jalen.
Yeah, I know it could be expensive.
Okay, now are you gonna? I was gonna ask you if you're gonna live in a big or a small house with 10 kids.
I'm gonna
How do you?
live I'm gonna live in the big house because in order if you want to have a million kids, then you gotta live in the big house.
I don't know if your wife is gonna be okay with 10 kids, but we'll see.
Yeah, as long as she's pregnant 10 times, then we'll have 10 kids.
So you're gonna live in a really huge house. What kind of fun things are you gonna have at your house?
Like a green screen room for my oldest kids, and like just if we want to make a funny video or comedian video or a weirdo video that contains green screen, and the other room is going to be the playroom so then the kids don't mess up our living room.
Come on, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have a playroom, you're gonna have a green screen room so you can produce and stuff. Okay. Are you gonna have like a playground or a pool? Y'all gonna have anything like that?
Oh yeah, we can have that in our backyard. We can have really fun things that our kids might want in our backyard.
Okay. Now what kind of car are you gonna drive?
Like maybe a lowrider, but yeah, lowrider.
Unsafe, Jalen, for those kids. It's gonna have hydraulics too?
Well, yeah, it's gonna have hydraulics, but when the kids don't want the hydraulics, I'm gonna turn them off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still think it's a little unsafe, but okay.
Yeah, that's why I like lowriders because it's hydraulic. Other cars can be hydraulic too, not just lowriders.
You're gonna have to have a school bus to transport all those kids,
Whoa.
right?
I think
Now, how long do you plan on living? Like what age do you think you're gonna die?
like maybe I really want to live till I'm like maybe 1,500 years old.
Wow.
Nobody can live that long. When I saw this man on the oldest people in the world video, and I saw he was 1,112 years old. For
Seriously?
real. Yeah, really. I can't even believe he lived that long. Like he was born in 980 and he lived to literally this day.
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, okay. So you're gonna be living for 1,000 years. Gotcha, gotcha. Um, which is better, do you think, being a grown up or being a kid?
Maybe being a kid, because being a kid's really fun, and I like get to play with my little brother. Then as I get older, I get to like just have more fun, and my brother grow up into kids.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha, gotcha. And
I have a 2-year-old little brother and a 10-month-old little brother.
right, and you're a good big brother to them.
Yep.
What is the best way to make people laugh?
Like saying nonsense words and like doing weird things.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. um, Now we're gonna talk about our family for a little bit. Do you know what my job is? Do you know what I do for work?
Well, you like do Eco Lab and you made an experiment with pennies, which was like a silver penny, a gold penny, and a copper penny.
Oh, okay. You remember that Take Your Kid to Work Day?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have any other jobs?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I
gotcha.
know that every time I like gone to school, I saw this little Eco Lab soap thing.
That's
And I was
right.
like,
That's right.
that's where my mommy works. That's where my mommy works. And then one of the first graders said, she works in soap? And I said, no.
That is so funny. Yes, I'm a trainer. That's right. I'm a corporate trainer. So I do work at Eagle Lab and I train the people. So that's good. Okay. What is the best thing about our family?
The best thing about the family is that you guys like care for me, Julius and Drew, even if we're being bad, and you guys take me on my vacations, and it's really fun.
Okay, good, good. Who is the boss in our family?
The boss, I'm not sure who the boss of our family is, but it's really not me. I think that it's kind of maybe kind of daddy. I think
Daddy.
daddy's kind of the boss because
Okay,
he
good answer,
literally
good
got
answer.
me a PlayStation 5. He got two PlayStation 5, like literally.
That's right, because the kids don't run nothing in our house, right?
Right. We do not run anything.
Um, okay, what is there something that I always say? Is there anything that I always say?
Maybe I think there is something you always say. I think what you always say is I'm not sure if there's something you always say, but I don't know. But let's move on. I was trying to
Okay.
get like the no.
What are you really good at?
I'm good at like doing tricks and stuff and doing amazing things and making beats.
Okay. I know we have a lot of rules at the house. What's one rule that we should get rid of?
Like maybe the one rule that we should definitely get rid of um is is no I think the rule that we definitely need to get rid of is no electronics if I do bad. Just like maybe just not let me go to bed. Let's not let me go to bed late and make me go to bed early if I do bad.
Oh, okay. So if you get in trouble, you think we need to stop saying no electronics. Okay.
Yeah, because
We'll
I
think
don't
about that.
like electronics. It's really boring.
That's the point. I know. What are you most thankful for?
I'm most thankful for like things that come in the mail for me, and but what I'm more thankful for is the family. I'm
Okay.
yeah, I'm the most thankful for my packages, and I'm thankful for the family.
Okay. Good balance. Good balance. If you had all the money in the world, who would you help out?
Well, I would help everyone out. If I have a lot of money, I'll definitely like be good, and I'll help everybody out.
Everybody in the world? Okay.
Everyone in the world, even if they don't live in the country or if they're not at the side of our out of the world.
Okay. That's nice. That's very nice. Okay. My last question is, do you think grown-ups still dream or do you think grown-ups forget how to dream?
I think grown-ups still dream.
Okay. You think grown-ups still dream? Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Jalen. Do you have anything else you want to share with us today?
Yeah. So I just want to say that I thank
Put the
everyone.
mic to your mouth so we can hear you.
Hmm?
Put the mic to your mouth so we can hear you.
Okay. So I just want to say that I thank everybody for like being nice and subscribing to my mom's channel and really just being amazing guys. So I'll see you guys later.
Thank you so much, Jalen. We appreciate you. All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Jalen.
So as you can see, that is my son Jalen. He is hilarious. I love him because he just is just naturally who he is, right? We knew from about two that he was different. And I love him. He has some health personal challenges that he's going through, but he just always keeps a smile on his face. He's so resilient. He just has a naturally charismatic, magnetic personality. Anywhere we go, we were, at the doctor's office, hospital the other day, and anybody he talks to, you're gonna leave his presence smiling and laughing. So I love that about him. And we're also going to be starting a channel for him called Cool J's Academy later this summer. probably this fall. So if you have younger kids, it's gonna be educational, reading rainbow style. So if you have younger kids, or if you just want to laugh, I'm gonna put the link to that in the description. So you can subscribe. So when we do start that, you'll be the first to know. All right. So big shouts out to my son Jalen. He's so excited to be a part of Mom's Fat podcast. So all right. So we're gonna get into it, y'all. You heard from Jalen, so let's talk about me. So when I was younger, right, y'all already know the only thing I wanted to do was hoop. So I think when I was probably 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there, that's when the WNBA was created. So I was like, oh, it's a league? Bet. Like I'm about to hoop. You know what I mean? So when I was little, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play basketball. And I also had this thing, I don't know why. I just wanted 5 sons for some reason. You can ask anybody in my family can vouch for this. I wanted 5. I just never seen myself with a daughter. I don't know why. I wanted 5 sons, not only 5 sons, but I wanted all their names to start with the letter J. And so we got close because we are done. I have 3 sons and their names do start with J. We got Jalen, who y'all met, Julius and Drew, but with a J. Okay, Jrue. So those are my 3 sons, but we just gonna pretend that we named them after my husband Jermaine. Okay. Um, and so that, and then I just figured that I was gonna, get a job and always work in corporate America, right? So those were some of the dreams that I had when I was younger. And so now, my short-term goals are, of course, I'm a corporate trainer, so that's my full-time role. That's what I do. And then part-time, I'm an adjunct professor. All right. So most of us stick in this short-term goals bucket, and that's just where we live, right? But I want you to start thinking about, if you don't already, what are some of those, I call them unrealistically realistic dreams that you have? Like, man, it would be dope if one day, like, think about it. If money had nothing to do with it, so let's say you won the lottery, so you don't got to worry about money. Like, what would it be? What would you be doing? Where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? What are you driving? What are you wearing? What's your style? Um, are you still living in the same state? Are you living somewhere else? Are you in this country? What type of home do you have? Just what are the things, right? And so for me, um, I would immediately quit my 9 to 5 first, right? And I love my company. I love the opportunities that pay me very well. But it just takes way too much of my time. So I would not have a 9 to 5, but I would enjoy doing this full time, writing books, speaking at different events on different panels, developing e-courses. That's another thing I want to do. One of the ones I want to do is, because I love sports, I love basketball and football. So I want to develop an e-course um, that teaches the game of football in like 30 minutes or less. Um, and I really want it to be catered towards women and people that come from other countries, because their football is soccer. So when they come here, like when the world's football, it's so many rules, it looks so complex. But that's one of the things I want to do is break that down and have a little e-course that people can buy, and some other ones that I have too. And then I also have a ton of inventions as well. I can't tell you about that. But yeah, so that's just kind of how I see myself. Um, so the next thing I want to do, I wanted to see, I don't normally do this, but since we family, I'm gonna bring y'all in and show y'all how I see myself living. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all my house, my cars, all of it. Okay. So let's get started. All right. So this is how I see. And so my husband, I'm still trying to get him, on the train, but I see us living in LA or Cali. See what I'm saying? We're in North Carolina right now, but yeah, I see us making a whole move across to the other coast. Living in LA somewhere, and I'm not asking for too much, y'all. Like, I'm not even saying like no crazy mansion, 20 rooms, or nothing like that. I'm just saying something nice, like maybe 10 rooms, 8, 10 rooms, 6, 7,000 square feet. Nothing crazy. Okay. Pool in the back, just able to just come outside during the day and night and just relax, just a really nice house with all of the things that I ever wanted in it. So I don't gotta go to many places. Okay. So this is kind of how I see either one, something about that size. That's kind of how I see my crib looking, okay, in future tense. Um, and then, so listen, this is another thing. I feel like if you see it, you can be it. Okay. So, for example, when I grew up, I really didn't know what corporate America was because I really didn't have a lot of people in my family that were in corporate America to that extent. You see what I'm saying? So I really didn't know until I got an internship. When I got an internship with the Walmart, which is the world's largest retailer, and I seen all of the big buildings and the offices, and there's a VP of this and a SVP of that, and the computers and all the stuff and the meetings. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that then. That's what I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying? Because I seen it. So one of the things I do on Sundays, because the Sunday afternoon naps are real in our house. So all the boys are up, my husband's asleep. I cut on the TV and I just watch real estate listings of really large homes like the ones I showed you guys on the previous slide. And I just watch and I just look. And again, the whole point is I'm just looking, and once I see something, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was a possibility. This two-story walk-in closet, I didn't know that was a thing, but now I know, so now I gotta have that at my house. You know what I'm saying? This is so dope, y'all. So look, one level, right? I have all my shoes, my purses, bags, all that type of stuff. And then, you gotta, as you can see, you have a little area right here. You get dressed, leave yourself in the mirror. You can sit down, chill, put your makeup on. And then the other level is like all the, rest of my clothes and everything like that. And address it. And now I don't know where my husband's closet is gonna be. But that's neither here nor there. But I just thought this was super dope, man. So that's why every Sunday I just do that, just to look at that, just to dream, just to see all the things that are available and possibilities, right? So same thing is whatever it is that you want to do, YouTube is free. You got to get on there and you got to start looking at the possibilities. What's available? How big can I make this thing, right? So that's one of the things I love to do on Sundays. So that's my two-story walk-in closet. Entertainment, right? So I got my husband covered. We're gonna have a movie theater. Um not a movie theater, but a room, with the projector and the nice seats and everything. So we can watch shows and stuff together, which we love to do. And then the kids can come in, we can watch just movies and all that type of thing. The other thing I seen, y'all, I seen a bowling alley. And I said, I got to end that, right? Tell me that's not dope. Is that not dope? A bowling alley in the basement. And I'm a more introverted type of person anyway. I know y'all don't believe that, but I am. And so when people come over, guests come over, instead of me having to have a whole conversation, I can just be like, listen, let's go downstairs and bowl. See what I'm saying? So it can serve like a dual purpose. So I really thought that was cool. And I'm like, oh, that would be cool to have a little bowling alley, just like a conversation piece and something to do with guests. Come on now. I mean, you already know. You already know what it is. I'm not even asking for a full court. I'm just asking for a half court, you see. So, I mean, outside would do, but if it's outside, I gotta deal with the elements. I can't use it in the winter, it's rain, all that type of stuff. So I really would like to have like a in-home gym, an indoor gym, half court at least. You know how dope it would be, just come downstairs, just just get some shots up, how therapeutic that would be. So I'm really excited about that. And we have to have a court, even if it might start outside, even before, until we can build it or whatever. But yeah, I would love to just be able to go downstairs and get some jumpers up. So that's a must. And then I got the kids covered too. Right now, if you came to our house, you would think me and my husband operate a small business, a small nursery daycare, perhaps, because my living room looks real crazy with toys and changing tables and diapers and all the stuff. But when they get bigger, I definitely want them to have their own space so they can get out my living room. So I want them to have like a game room where they each have their own TV because I'm not trying to hear it's my turn and that's not fair because he had. I don't want to hear all that. So each gonna have their own TV, their own PlayStation, Xbox, whatever the case. But just a place for them to just have fun and stay out. And then I also want to have a larger space where they can have like all the arcade games. They probably think that's lame. That's like an old thing, I guess now. But anyway, whatever it is that's fun to them, just a really big open space where they can have a good time, bring their friends over and stay out. So that's for them. And then I also want to have just a space, like a little reading room or something, something that's really cozy, like so I can do my writing, and some of the other things I want to do. I want really large windows, a lot of sun can get in. So I think that would really be cool too. I want it to be modern and sleek, but kind of classic too and elegant. So kind of a mix of those worlds. So that's kind of how I see that. And y'all, if I don't get nothing else that I just showed you, okay, I gotta have the personal chef. That's number one. Okay. Because I cook, but I cook out of necessity. I don't really enjoy it. It's a waste of my time. And so I would love, 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 love to have a personal chef that cooks us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we can always have different stuff. And not only that, it can be healthy. Because I feel like I could be a vegan if I had somebody else cook the stuff, because they would make it taste good. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to be as healthy as I can. I want to live as long as I can. Y'all know, episode 2, I told you my goal is to live to at least 100. And so I got to be putting the proper things in my body. And then, the health of my family is important to me as well. So definitely would love to have a personal chef, man. And then I also want to have like a little vegetable garden, a cute little vegetable garden outside too. So we can have again the most organic stuff without having to get it from the store, which they putting all type of chemicals and stuff like that. So I want to be able to grow our own food. And now am I gonna be out there planting it and picking it and stuff? I didn't say that, right? But you never know. Okay. An older version of myself may enjoy that. So, want to have the option. And then our chef can go out there and get the stuff. So that's the point on that. Okay. So that's number one is the personal chef for me. And then the whips, the cars. Gotta have the G Wagon. I've always wanted one of those. I think they so dope. Love that. And then my Porsche Panamera. This I think this was like the first four-door car they came out with. I mean, it's probably a decade ago, now. But yeah, so I love, love those 2 cars. And then I wanna have a car that I lease because your taste changes, different cars come out, and so I wanna have a car that I lease, and then I get a new one, a renew the lease every Christmas, so it's like a little gift to myself. So those are the cars. And then relaxation. This is a big thing. Right now, I'm responsible for putting on our family reunion. And one of the things that I want to do, again, because we only live in LA, most of my family is still in North Carolina. So one of the real cool things I thought about was chartering a private plane. Okay, private jet. Well, probably not be a plane because it's a lot of us and like 5 we just have a one-day experience. So like 5 a.m., everybody gets on a plane in North Carolina, take the 5-hour trip over to Cali, to our house. So they there like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. And we just have a great time, man. Music, all the food anybody could want, whether it's hot dogs, hamburger steak, hibachi, pizza, like we got it all, anything you want to eat all day. And the ladies, we all go shopping, having a good time. And then by 8 o'clock, get back on the plane and they home by midnight. You know what I'm saying? So just a whole day experience. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Girls trip, I showed y'all earlier. My girlfriends definitely, had them fly over and we just have a great time in LA or wherever, you know what I'm saying? Shopping and everything, definitely doing that. Then I want to do a annual couples trip as well. I don't know if y'all follow Magic Johnson, but man, oh my goodness. Their couple trips be bomb for real. They be on like yachts and just going in different countries and all type of stuff. So it may not be all that, but I'm thinking more like we rent out a resort for the weekend and have all our couple friends come over, just relax, have a good time. and just be worry free. So yeah, so those are some of the things that I would really enjoy. That's some of the things I dream about and think about all the time. But this is the one that is the most important. I was gonna put this first, but I was like, they're gonna click off and start watching somebody else YouTube video if I put this first. So I put all the vain stuff first, but and put this last, but please don't get it misconstrued. This is definitely the most important thing to us. We're just a family that gives, and that's something that we instill in our kids even to this day. Like, so we're not waiting to do this. We do this even now. Of course, we can't do it on a large scale, but we just love, love, love to help people to feel seen and to give however we can. And one of the most important things we want to do is give back to several ministries that have been instrumental in our growth, from young people, up until now. The most important thing I always say is that the way you think, like that determines your whole entire life. Is so, so, so important. And so when you have a church that has shaped the way you think and your outlook on life, there's nothing more important than that. So we would love to just be able to write a blank check, and give to the churches that we have went to so they can just go out into the world, continue to do the good work that they're doing and have an impact on the people. So that's very, very important to us. Even, our church now, we need a new roof. It's like $350,000. And it's like, y'all, that ain't no money. $350,000 ain't no money. And it just grieves me that, it could be two, 300 people in a church and we can't get up $350,000. We got to have a whole plan and they got to take a year or two. And you know what I mean? So it would just be awesome to just write a check like, oh, it's done. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we're on. We see ourselves as just almost like a water hose, like a conduit, like, you know, God knows He can give us money and it can just flow through us to wherever it needs to go. That's just how we see ourselves. Don't get it twisted because we don't look good and y'all seen the slides. But it's like how many houses can you have? How many watches? How many purses? It's like how many cars? You know what I mean? Like at some point, what are you doing? So we're definitely gonna live good. Don't get it twisted. But the real meaning behind wealth, I feel like, is to bless others, and that's what we intend to do. And then, people and places, we literally, I'm not even joking about this, we literally have a list of people that we cannot wait to bless. And, of course, these people don't have no idea. But I just love excellence. I love when people operate in excellence, um, especially when there's no reward. They're not going viral. They're not famous. They're just doing what they do. It could be tutoring people. It could be running a recreation team. It could, just whatever it is. I love just to see people just operating in their gifts and just doing the best they can to impact people's lives. I love that. And so one of the things we can't wait to do is just to sponsor people and just to give them money to really do what they want to do on a larger scale. So we definitely have some people that we want to bless in that way. Or even I remember, man, this was probably 15 years ago, maybe 14, 15 years ago. Um, Me and my husband, I can't remember what was happening, but we were like down on like money and finances. Somebody called us up and was like, God told us to write y'all a check for $1,000. Like, let me know where to send it. We're like, what? Never forgot that. So, my dream is to pay them back tenfold, get them $10,000 out of nowhere 15 years later, so stuff like that. My second son, he has struggled developmentally with his speech. And so he is going to a school just to help him with that. And, they help kids with all type of developmental needs from like K through 12. And just the grace that you got to have, dealing with, kids with special needs and things like that. And it just does my heart good to see how much love and care they put into him. I mean, at this point, we're like, Lord, can you give him an inside voice? You know what I'm saying? So he's caught up, even surpassed, caught up. He's excelling now and doing well. But it's because of just what they've been pouring into him day after day after day. And so the school is raggedy, it's dusty. We just want to tear the whole thing down, build a whole new school. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff. That's where our heart is. That's really, really what we want to do. So, but anyway, I'll just share a lot about what is in my head and how I dream and what I think about. So I just want to leave you guys with some little reflections here. Just think about if failure wasn't an option and money didn't matter, what would you do with your life? How do you see yourself in the future? I know we get so bogged down with just waking up, going to work, doing this, doing that, just being so in the present, and that's necessary. But also just lift your eyes up a little bit and think about the future. What have you secretly wanted for a long time, but you never said out loud because you think it's too big? Or I would do that, but it's not gonna make no money, or whatever it is. And then what's one tiny step you can take this week to move towards a dream you put off? Okay, so never ever stop dreaming. Like Cat Williams said, like your ability to dream like that, it keeps you young. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage you if it's something you should set on the shelf, an idea you had because you didn't think it was going to make enough money, or you didn't think enough people would like it, or you don't have enough followers, or whatever it is, man. I'm hoping this conversation has encouraged you to pick that back up and just to think about that thing again. Just maybe. I'm hoping that this conversation stirred your spirit in that way. So that's all I have for y'all today, man.